Welcome back to Digital Trends Live, broadcasting live across all of our different social media platforms here every day, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, and we are very, very excited to introduce our next guest. He hardly even needs an introduction. I mean, he's the author of over 80 books. I don't even know how many New York Times bestsellers. He's involved in the tech world. He will blow your mind. It is Deepak Chopra. Hello, Deepak.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We are really excited to have you on here. I want to talk about all of the really cool things that you're doing, but I wanted to ask right off the bat, over 80 books, where do you find the inspiration to write so many different books and come up with so much material?
I find the inspiration in my deep inner silence in meditation. I just allow it to flow forth without any editing, and so far it's worked.
I would say it has worked for sure. It's worked out pretty well, and I want to get into talking about your daily reflections and the different stuff that you're doing with that and your application. One other question I just have personally, and feel free to answer or don't answer, but I wanted to bring up just the fact that we talk a lot about artificial intelligence. It's a very big thing in the world of technology right now, in addition to assistants and digital assistants and all of that. How do you feel about the advent of artificial intelligence and how that's going to affect humanity, maybe in general?
I think that's a very appropriate question, especially in your forum, Digital Trends. Intelligence can be embodied in the brain or through technology. Artificial intelligence, immersive augmented reality, virtual reality, the internet, they're all part of our human evolution. They can't be stopped anymore. And if anything, if anybody thinks that they can stop the evolution of technology, then they're going to become irrelevant. That's a Darwinian principle. So either we embrace technology to the fullest or we become irrelevant. The question is, what do we do with it? Because technology by itself is neutral. And there's a distinction between data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. So far, technology has all been about data, and now slowly it's becoming about information and knowledge. But knowledge can be used for destructive purposes or to create a healthier planet. That's where wisdom comes in. Wisdom is that knowledge that improves the quality of life, each one of us, but also the life of the planet, the ecosystem. What we call technology today, right now, the one we're using right here on Digital Trends, this is the emerging global brain because it requires the participation of all our brains. And so what we see on the internet is a wiring that is happening right now of the global brain. And if you want to see the human condition, it's chaotic, it's melodramatic, it's hysterical, it's volatile. This is the right moment for all of us who are alert, because when there is so much chaos and volatility and melodrama and hysteria, there's also the moment of opportunity. What people call good luck is nothing other than opportunity meeting preparedness. Together, using the best technology, immersive dreamscapes, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, we can aspire to create a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. If we don't do it, we are being irresponsible with the gift that our collective creativity is embarking on.
I think that's such a wonderful way to look at it. I haven't actually looked at it in that manner, and I think you're right. There is no stopping it, and if you're not, engaged in it, then you do become, obsolete almost. That's wonderful. Well, this is why you are Deepak Chopra. Thank you so much for that. Well, let's talk about this. Bringing up, how you're embracing digital assistants and artificial intelligence in general with your new daily reflections skill. I believe it's available on Alexa right now. What can you tell us about this?
Well, for many decades, I start my day first with a meditation and then with a reflection. The reflection could be something as simple as, how do I see today? What would I like today to be like? I would like to, for example, enjoy a joyful, energetic body, a loving, compassionate heart, a reflective, alert mind, and most importantly, lightness of being. How am I going to do it? So that is a reflection I have every day for myself. I started sharing it with family and friends, and then slowly people started asking me to share it on social media. And then I met Rob Locascio, who's the CEO and founder of Live Person, which is the technology we're using right now for having this conversation. And he said, would you like to share it with the world? Because I can do it on Alexa through Amazon. I said, why not? So we started this skill. And today, anyone, anywhere in the world who has access to Alexa or Amazon, they can say, let me hear Deepak's reflection for today. It's enjoying a good ride at the moment.
I think it's got to be such a unique way. I mean, we've never had this kind of connectivity before, where you can just have that, where someone's in their room. You record this in the morning, and then I'm assuming it's in the morning. You said after maybe your meditation, and then how long does it take before that's sent out to everybody via the skill?
Well, it's all automatized now. So every day I do a recording, and it's automatically there on Alexa. When you wake up in the morning, you can say, Alexa, please share Deepak's reflection for today, or what's he saying, or something like that, and you'll get it.
And what will people get out of that, out of listening to it every day? What will it help them prepare for the day?
You know, the thing is, my audience is already self-selected, so it's in a sense we're all on the same page. Mm-hmm. I point the direction. It's like, you know, going to a traffic light and you see in all the road signs, this goes to Hollywood, and this goes to California, and this goes to New Jersey. So I use pointers, and then people decide what they want to do with those directions.
How great! I mean, that you're able to share that, you know, with so many people.
It's very gratifying to also get the feedback.
I bet, yeah. And how long is the app? How long has the skill been available?
It's been only a few weeks, but it's increasing its audience by leaps and bounds.
And I think everybody should absolutely subscribe to that as an Alexa skill. And then you also have, in addition to your daily reflections, there's also the app that you have, Jiyo. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. And
yeah, Jiyo, Jiy. Yes.
Jiyo.
We're calling this the Internet of Well-being. So I curate about 25 experts on this site, which is jiyo.com, Jiyo.com. Again, it's free. You don't have to pay anything to be a subscriber. And the 25 experts are in the area of sleep, in the area of stress management and meditation, exercise and movement, breathing, yoga, emotional well-being and relationships, a connection with nature, and nutrition. These are the most important areas we discuss. And these are brought to you by experts in the area that, as I said, I curate. And I also post over there a daily reflection. But people are also able to post their reflections on Jiyo.com and share their photos or videos as they would on Instagram. Instead of the word selfie, we use the word wealthy. So if you've had a good meal, or if you've been to the gym, and if you're feeling strong and enthusiastic and inspired, then you can take a video of yourself and post it as a wealthy. And then when people can embark on the same adventures themselves, the idea, of course, is always personal and social transformation for all of us. I've always believed that if you use technology, you should ask yourself 3 questions. Number 1, is it fun? Number two, is it helpful? Will it make a difference in the lives of people and ultimately in the life of our planet and the quality of life on our planet? If the answer is yes to those three things, then technology is the best gift we have.
Those are probably good things for all of us to ask, depending on what websites you go to or what you're doing. That's a great way to look at it. And I know you're such a busy person, and I know we'll need to let you go here in a minute, but I did want to bring up your newest book, which is You Are the Universe, which is available right now. What can you tell anyone about that?
Well, the two most important questions in science today, unanswered questions. There are about 150 unanswered questions in science that people talk about. You can Google them. But the two most important ones, or you might say the two in the hierarchy of open questions are, number one, what's the universe made of? And the best answer, scientific answer, is it's made of nothing. And that brings up the second most important question. Then why does it look like what it looks like? Why does it look like you and me and the picture behind me and the chandelier and the stars and the galaxies? So if you were to rephrase those questions, they would be, what's the universe made of? And two, how do we know that it exists as what we are seeing? And that includes our own physical body. These are very important questions. And they lead to other questions like, what's the meaning of birth? And what's the meaning of death? Do we have a soul? Is there an entity that we can call a higher power? If so, how do we know that it exists? So these are the questions that we attempt to answer in this book, You Are the Universe, which is written along with a physicist who got his PhD from MIT. So we ask questions like, how did the universe begin? How did time begin? What is the nature of consciousness? And how do we know our own existence beyond the concepts of space-time, energy, information, and matter?
Wow.
In other words, who are we?
That is a lot to think about in all of that, and that's what you're tackling in You Are the Universe. And Deepak Chopra, I would just want to say thank you so much for taking time, out of your very, very busy schedule to talk to us today and join us here on the show. And we just really, really appreciate that. So that's Deepak.
The privilege was mine. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Deepak. And of course, get the skill right there on Alexa and pick that up for Deepak's new skill, Daily Reflections. And I'm excited to have him on the show.